Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. So I know I have a big fat mess and normally it's fairly clean when I start, sort of. But I'm just going to continue on from where we were yesterday. And I know I said I was going to try to, figure out something a little more exciting to do or whatever. But I want to continue on with these pages. And I have a few ideas that may be new or helpful, or it may be a disaster because I've not tried it before either. So I'm just winging it. And if you don't feel like watching me do some more pages, you don't have to. That's the beauty of YouTube. You can watch if you like or not if you don't. So I put a little glue along here that I'm kind of waiting for it to dry. Because like I said, I just finished with the last video, so I'm just decided I was just going to keep working on these and then try to figure out something else to do. But I decided to just move along because hopefully, like I said, this will be something that we all can benefit from. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is try to get some of this paint off of here. This works great, by the way. Getting paint off of the acetate or whatever this stuff is that they put on envelopes. Just use a little rubbing alcohol. That works great. So anyhow, get that cleaned up a little bit. I mean, it wouldn't be horrible to have a little paint on there either. But I thought I like this side, but this side's kind of ugly. And I was going to put something down here, but then I'm like, I don't like this. But then I was playing with this and I thought it might look good over those. You could still see through it, so you can kind of still see that that's not great looking, but there's little extra pieces that stuck to that. That's the under wax paper when I was dyeing the other papers. And because I had it out in the sun, they basically baked to each other. So I thought it might be fun to use those. So we're going to try it and see what it looks like. This is just one envelope, so if it ends up looking ugly, I can just get a different envelope. So we're going to try and see what we get. I kind of want the torn edge is why I'm doing this. Just like it a little bit better. So definitely use your baking papers, deli papers, wax papers, whatever, because they can make really cool things. And I forget all the time too. So note to self as well. It just is one of those things I forget about, but I think it is kind of cool. And I think even if it hangs over a little bit, it might look kind of cool. So we're going to try it. See what we get. Okay. And I'm going to try with glue stick. I don't know. It seems like it's darker on this side. Not really. I mean, it kind of is, but that's the waxy side, so I don't know. We'll see here. If it seems like it's not sticking later, I will glue it down with something else. So then we come over here. You can see it a little bit. I don't know. I don't think I mind it. We're kind of going for the super grungy, so let's just do it. And maybe we'll put a piece of music up there. Try to get this fairly straight. I wonder if it would work to do that, because that's kind of fun just to have that. Yeah, I just don't like it when they hang over this part for paper. And that's always kind of my bugaboo with that. So let's try another piece of this. I don't know why, but it bugs me. Okay, so that hangs way over. I like that edge because it's got lots of coffee dye on it. Oh, come on. paint right there, but I think I'm going to do something else with paint too still, so. We're just going to play with it until we like it. I didn't ink this one. I forgot. How could I forget? You guys are probably yelling at me. I think that'll help sort of strengthen it too right there, so that's another benefit of that. I'm gonna try to get it a thin piece. I don't know if it's gonna work. I mean, it's sort of one of those, why are you bothering, because you can still see through it, but I don't know, I just feel like it kind of adds something to it, and I kind of like it, so maybe I'm just crazy, I don't know. I'm gonna go all the way down as far as it goes anyway, down that side, and I am gonna ink it some more, so. I don't have any window envelope covers that have windows that big, so that's why I'm not using my window envelope covers. Where'd that piece go that I was going to put there? Oh, goodness. See, this is the problem when you have a disaster on your hands. I don't know if I want another piece or not. They stick together, but not entirely. Kind of funny. I was thinking it might almost be neat to like put another layer of it. Come like all the way over here. This could just be kooky. I have no idea, but anyway. We're gonna try it. I kind of like how you can see through it still. Some glue. Yeah, I do like it like that. Could do another piece here. This one has a little more coffee on the edge, which is kind of nice. These are just, you know, strips that either I just tore off just now or tore off when I was making those envelopes. I like that better. And it's got a little bit more. It kind of almost has that old tape look, which is kind of cool. Okay, I had a piece of paper I wanted to use on there, and now I don't know where I put it. Could use one of these too. Oh, it's right here. This is from one of my old paper digitals. I want that or this. Kind of liking this better. I kind of like to see those holes because that's just something different. Tear the top off, I think. And these I got, I don't even remember where, sorry. They're just, they were in some old book I bought. They're just like old ledgery type things. And if you just started watching now, I've been working on this junk journal, or junk mail journal, junk journal. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I'm just using junk mail and just other bits and pieces of stuff that I have. Some digitals that I'm using up, just all kinds of randomness happening here. So you can go back and watch, you know, those first ones if you are interested in what I did. And I don't have any big stories since I'm continuing on from my last video, so I apologize for that. Not that I ever have big stories, but so like I said before, definitely get out what you're working on and play some music or whatever you like, because we're just crafting. This is not a tutorial. Not a tutorial. Because I'm learning right along here too. Not that I ever do a ton of tutorials anyway, but yeah, this definitely is not. Okay. I'm gonna do more inking, but I want to get, I kind of want a little more here on this. And I know I could use a paintbrush and loads of other things, but I want to use my fingers because I like to do that sometimes. I just feel like I get maybe a little more control or something when I do that. That's just going to give you a little bit easier writing surface to have it like that than, you know, if you just need to trim that a little bit. If you were just to, it's going to drip. Leave it with the black, obviously. It would be hard to write on there. And cut this off so I don't want to particularly have a whole lot of paint there. Thought I had come to the center a little better, but I didn't. And like I said yesterday, I'm sure there's better tools I could use and ways of doing it, but just plain. So I think people will either really like this or really not like it. That's sort of, I think, where we're at with it. And it's understandable. Like, it's either your thing or it's not. Like, so I get it. Totally. But that's why there are so many types of journals to do, because everybody's got their style and things they like to use and whatever. So that's the awesome part about it. I just want to cover this a little bit more in here because it didn't. Yeah, I still want to see the name a little bit, and I can come back and remove that paint on there. I probably should have just waited to do that in the first place, but I didn't, so. I think that's good. And then I will ink some more probably when I come back around to that. So now we got to decide if we want to do a little more decorating or whatever. I'm going to ink this a little more in the middle here. Okay. And come back over to this side and do some inking because it definitely could use a little. So I hope you're having a nice day. I could at least say that, right? Hi, and hope you're having a nice day. So yeah, use whatever you've got, whatever you like to use as far as like if you want to use acrylic paint or you'd prefer to use gesso or, you know, whatever it is that you like to use that, because I'm just using what I have. I just have some acrylic paint and I don't do jelly printing or any of that, so I don't have any of those fancy things. But yeah, just use what you've got. That's what I always say. Just use what you've got. Because honestly, in junk journaling, it doesn't have to be super specific. That's sort of the awesome part about it. I'm wondering if I want to put something like that there. That's a lot of journaling space, though, that would get lost. But I kind of am liking the black with everything. Don't know. I want to do that or something more like that. I just really like this. I think I'm just going to go with it. Just going to have to lose a little space to write. That'll be fine. There's lots of other writing space in there. And again, this particular page is out of my Ada digital download, if you're wanting to know. And a lot of people would ask, why'd you put all of that paint and stuff on there to cover it up? Well, the time that I put the paint there, I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do. So it just evolves, and it just kind of is what it is. I don't know how else to explain it. I kind of mentioned that yesterday too. It just evolves, and some things get covered up, some don't. It's just kind of how it is, I guess. Because we tend to do a lot of that when we're layering and doing things like that. Because you usually like to have some kind of background, so wherever you see it, it looks nice. But a lot of it does get covered, for sure. I've got a big, huge blob of glue on there because I'm good at that. Try not to glob a ton. I think I just pushed too hard on the stick. I'm pretty sure that's what the problem is. I need to stop doing that. Probably end up wasting a lot of it. Thanks. When I do whole pages like this, it reminds me of doing altered books. Which is also very fun. And I did scoot this way a little more. I kind of wanted it that way, and I did get it crooked because I always do. So no real way to not do that, in my opinion. I don't know if there's a trick, because I even try to like line it up on the side, but part of it is it gets torn crooked, and then, you know, then the whole thing is just kind of crooked. And I'm okay with seeing some of that envelope under there. I don't want to lose the fact that you know, it's all junk mail. So I'm not covering every inch of everything. I always miss corners, or, you know, by the time you get it glued down, they've dried or whatever. So I usually go back and try to check them and get them. Okay. All right, there wants to lift too a little bit. I've noticed that does happen a lot more when you're gluing whole pages, and I think it just tends to dry fast, you know. And you probably miss more. Because I've done so much white paint on there, I'm going to go ahead and do this part too, around the edges. That'll help even this out a little bit too. Sorry, I don't have a lot to say. Just working away. Oh, I meant to tell you guys, a lovely subscriber commented that it was New Jersey is where that action park was. And I couldn't remember. I apologize for that. But yeah, because she's from there. She said she never got to go, but yeah, that's where it's at. So, anywho, I guess it's back open. Obviously, I'm sure there's many more requirements and rules and things like that, but yeah, just an update on that. I just couldn't remember where it was. Just a little gap right there. It's not really bad, it's just like a gap that I kind of don't want. I'm gonna make sure I didn't get over too far and get the white paint on here. Probably gonna have to change my little dauber before this is all said and done. But that's fine. Okay, this side needs to dry some more, but I like how that looks. Oh, I didn't set that up very good, did I? But at least you can see the ad, so that's kind of cool. All right. I wasn't thinking of the window in the envelope. What do we want to put? Anything on the front of this? Because it is a good writing spot. Ugh, my hands just get... Could just do a little something close to the edge here. Oh, and I figured out, I wanted to tell you guys too. Those little, where are they? These. I took them off. I like that one. That one's great for this. I took them off the toilet paper roll. I didn't really like the roll, and once they're dry, they're a little bit stiff, and it's probably because I used liquid glue, but they don't roll super great. So I just took them off and put them in an envelope. I think I prefer them that way. They would look really cool on like this kind of paper. That would be really cool looking with those. But yeah, so I took mine off. I wasn't impressed by the roll thing, but if you like the roll and it works for you, then obviously go for that. But it just didn't really work for me, so I didn't keep it. I think I'm going to put that one up there, but I'm going to tear these a little bit more and ink them. But they were super fun. This is the wax paper that I used, but you can use tracing paper or deli paper. Like this would be cool. You could use painter's masking paper. There's, I mean, just really the sky's the limit. They're just little clusters that we all tend to do. And but they're done on, they were done on a roll, but that just didn't really work for me, so I took them off of there. I like them better this way, because this is how you're going to use them anyways, for the most part. And they stuck really well to the wax paper using the art glitter glue. So if you're worried about, you know, it won't stick to it and it'll just peel off, they seem to be sticking really well. But they're great little clusters, and I like having that see-through paper on them. Okay. Yeah, the roll didn't work. A lot of people are like, I just can't use toilet paper rolls. I'm like, I'm really kind of with you on that. Like I said, I sprayed mine with bleach. I really don't use them for anything, even though I've seen lots of uses. I just can't seem to do it. But I mean, you know, they're fine to use. It's just I don't love them. You know, as long as you sterilize them a bit, but I just don't. And of course, paper towel tubes would work totally. Just cut it down to the size you want. I just didn't have one that particular day, so, but definitely consider that, because that would work. I just kind of like them. I just kind of hook that like that. I just prefer them in the, just like in an envelope or something. Okay, I did wrinkle that just a little bit, just by kind of scooching it and pushing it, and that'll make it wrinkle. Okay, what else can I add? A little mushroom. That'd be cute. Yeah, I like that. But those are really fun to make. I didn't get any more made than the ones that I did on the video. I wanted to, but like I said, it's just been kind of loopy around here. Just weird stuff that I'm having to do. You know, life. It's just life. But nothing major. Just kind of feels like never ending with the things to do. I gotta call and get my son's wisdom teeth removed too. Make an appointment for that. Because the last one he was supposed to go. We had an appointment and he got sick, and then he got a job, and then, you know, and that's all she wrote. That's the end of the story, the beginning and the end. So he's just been busy kid. And if he is home, he's like been having Zoom meetings with colleges and all that. He still has a whole nother year, but he's on it, man. He wants to be done by the time he's 19. So he's going for it. Full bore. Oh, this was cool. A cork out of a wine bottle that I just stamped into my ink. And it just kind of makes a neat, I don't know, it's just a blob really, but I think it's fun. Yeah, I think that's good because then you can write on there, you can write here, you can write here, you can write here. So I think that's pretty good. Let's get this part inked now that it's dry. Is that part lifting now? Oh no, it's just the way the fold is, I guess. Kind of folded weird with the different papers there. Okay, I like that. I do feel like this page needs a little color somehow, somewhere. Maybe a little bit of green, if I can get it. Find the end of it. Looking everywhere for that. One up there. Yeah, I like that. That does help to have just a little bit of color there. Let's try. Oh, that is one bright stamp. It's a little bit too much. Yeah, that's a little bit better. My little postage type rubber stamps. And then I can do some of this type of stuff too, because I've decided this looks kind of cool just here and there to add to whatever, to have a little bit of stamping. I just like it. It just, I don't know. It's like it finishes it or something, if that makes sense. I think it like gives it more dimension or something. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the point, right? Of doing stuff like that. Well, let's use this again. It kind of just looks like maybe one of these that got like, what? I don't know. I just like it. Okay, I think I'm done with those now. That's good. Okay, what are we gonna do on the back? Needs to be inked. could do. These are my honeycomb type stencils, and these are in my shop if you're interested. I'm not trying to like, just say it if you like them and you want them. That's what they are. I mean, that obviously helps me a ton, but I know not everybody can just buy whenever they feel like it, and I understand that because I'm the same way. I have this one. I think I might just put this one on here. I know I just used one, but they're super fun. So, and it'll be at a different part of the journal because, you know, they're like 2 pages. This one is inked around there. I did do one little line of stitching on that. I don't know that it's very noticeable, but they stitch real easy too, these little wax paper clusters, because they're not very thick. I mean, they're like super thin because you're just kind of putting down one layer on already super thin paper. So it works real well. Nice little cluster there. And then you can still definitely write there. Just building the layers. That's really what this is about. That's all I'm going to do on there. I like it. It's simple. There's lots of room to write there, so that's very good. Yeah, and I'll come back to ink that. But so I think we'll stop there today. I think I have hogged your time, but I thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. You guys are just awesome and just always kind with your comments, and I really can't tell you how much I appreciate that, because it's just a super positive, happy community, and I would, you know, love if it's always like that, because it makes people happy and we share information, and I just feel like I like how it didn't print all the way. I just am glad that it is the way it is, and that you guys are just always positive and happy and nice. So I thank you so much, and we will chat again soon. Love you guys. Bye.